Hello everyone, welcome to KISA. Karnataka ICSE Schools Association has come up with a talent search examination for the year 2022 and this is for classes 1 to 10. Okay, and today students of class 7 will be doing a quiz on categories Science and Technology and Language and Literature. I'm Kavita, your teacher, and I'll be taking you through this quiz. Okay, so shall we begin? Let's start. So at first we have Science and Technology. Let's look at the first question here. What is this? Well, it's a human body. So name of the master gland in human body. Your options: A, liver, B, pituitary, C, pancreas, or option D, salivary. And the right answer is yes, option B, pituitary. Okay, now what's pituitary? Well, pituitary gland, also known as hypothesis, is a small pea-sized gland located at the base of your brain below your hypothalamus. It sits in its own little chamber under your brain known as the sella turcica. Okay, let's move ahead to the second question. Name the powerhouse of the cell. Your options are A, nucleus, B, Golgi complex, option C, mitochondria, or option D, cytoplasm. Right answer? Well, yes, it's option C, mitochondria. And what's that? Mitochondria are membrane-bound cell organelles that generate most of the chemical energy needed to power the cell's biochemical reactions. Chemical energy produced by the mitochondria is stored in a small molecule called adenosine triphosphate, ATP. Okay, now let's move ahead to the third question. What is the SI unit of current? Meaning SI standard unit. Okay, so your options: A, ampere, B, kg, C, joule, or D, calorie. And the right answer is yes, it's option A, ampere. So what's the ampere? Well, the ampere, often shortened to AMP, is the unit of electric current in the International System of Units. 1 ampere is equal to 6.241509074 into 10 to the power of 18 electrons worth of charge moving past a point in a second. Too many numbers there, right? Okay, let's move ahead to the fourth question. Who's regarded as the father of modern chemistry? Your options are A, J. Kunkel, B, Einstein, C, Joseph, or D, Antoine Lavoisier. And the right answer is yes, option D, Antoine Lavoisier. So who was he? Well, Antoine Lavoisier, after the French Revolution, was a French nobleman and chemist who was central to the 18th century chemical revolution and who had a large influence on both the history of chemistry and the history of biology. Okay, moving ahead to the fifth question. PVC, used in plastic industry, stands for. What is the full form of it? Options: A, polyvinyl chloride, B, polyvinyl carbonate, C, polyphenol carbon, or option D, polyvinyl chlorine. Okay, check the spellings. Vinyl and phenyl, they're different. Okay, and the right answer is option A, polyvinyl chloride. So polyvinyl chloride is the world's third most widely produced synthetic polymer of plastic. About 40 million tons of PVC are produced each year. PVC comes in two basic forms, that is rigid and flexible. Moving ahead to the sixth question. Artificial rain is due to A, is it silver iodide, B, silver nitrate, C, silver, option D, silver silicon. And the right answer is yes, option A, silver iodide. So what's silver iodide meaning? Silver iodine is an antiseptic and used in cloud seeding. The silver contamination arises because AGL is highly photosensitive. This property is exploited in silver-based photography. Now let's move to the seventh question. Bleaching action of chlorine is by. Options: A, hydrolysis, B, oxidation, C, emulsification, or option D, assimilation. And the right answer is yes, it's option B, oxidation. So what's that? Chlorine bleaches by the process of oxidation. It needs moisture for its bleaching action. Chlorine reacts with water to form hydrochloric and hypochlorous acids. Hypochlorous acid is unstable and it easily dissociates to form nascent oxygen. Okay, moving ahead to the eighth one. The surroundings of an organism where it lives and interact with other factors is called option A, coral reef, option B, atmosphere, option C, ecosystem, or option D, ecology. Right answer here is yes, it's option C, ecosystem. What is an ecosystem? An ecosystem is a geographic area where plants, animals and other organisms as well as weather and landscape work together to form a bubble of life. Ecosystems contain biotic or living parts as well as abiotic factors or non-living parts. Biotic factors include plants, animals and other organisms. Next, our ninth question, what is solar impulse do? Your options are A, is it solar powered flight? B, solar powered gun? C, solar powered stuff? Or option D, solar powered lamp? Right answer, yes, it's option A, solar powered flight. So solar powered aircraft equipped with solar cells covering its wing, it retrieves energy from the sun in order to supply power to the propulsion system and the control electronics and charge the battery with the surplus of energy. Now let's move to the next question. That's the 10th one. Who discovered cell? Okay. Options are A, is it Schleiden? B, Robert Hooke? C, Aristotle? Or option D, Schwann? The right answer is yes, it's option B, Robert Hooke, because Robert Hooke was an English polymath active, a scientist and architect who, using a microscope, was the first to visualize a microorganism. Robert Hooke found small room-like structures when he observed under a microscope and he named it as cell. Okay, let's move to our next question, 11th one. Who introduced the laws of motion? Your options are A, Albert Einstein, B, Isaac Newton, C, John F. Kennedy, or option D, Michael Faraday. Right answer is yes, option B, Isaac Newton. So, well, Newton's law of motion are three basic laws of classical mechanics that describe the relationship between the motion of an object and the forces acting on it. He changed the way we understand about the universe. He discovered laws of motion and gravity. Okay, let's move ahead to our 12th question here. The force that opposes the motion of moving objects. What is it? Your options are A, gravitational force, B, frictional force, C, reaction, or option D, static electric force. And the right answer is yes, it's option B, frictional force. Now, what is that? Because friction is the force resisting the relative motion of solid surfaces, fluid layers and material elements sliding against each other. There are several types of frictions. Now, let's move to our 13th question here. The largest human cell is, which one is it? Options A, brain cell, B, ovum, C, nerve cell, or option D, muscle cell. And the right answer is yes, it's option B, ovum. And what's ovum? Ovum, or the plural ova, in human physiology is a single cell released from either of the female reproductive organs, the ovaries, which is capable of developing into a new organism when fertilized, meaning united with a sperm cell. Okay, let's move ahead to our 14th question. Which of the following glands secretes hormone? And your options are A, endocrine, B, exocrine, C, salivary, or D, gastrovascular. And the right answer is yes, it's option A, endocrine. So the endocrine system is a messenger system comprising feedback loops of the hormones released by internal glands of an organism directly into the circulatory system, regulating distant target organs. In vertebrates, the hypothalamus is the neutral control center for all endocrine systems. Okay, moving ahead with the 15th question, the messenger satellite launched by NASA is to study what? Options A, Jupiter, B, Saturn, C, Venus, or D, Mercury. Your right answer is yes, it's option D, Mercury. Well, Mercury is the smallest planet in the solar system and the closest to the sun. Messenger, the full form, Mercury surface, space, environment, geochemistry and ranging, was the 7th Discovery class mission and the first spacecraft to orbit Mercury. Its primary goal was to study the geology, magnetic field and chemical composition of the planet. Okay, now let's look at the next 16th question. Which one of the following correctly describes Agni? The options are A, a long-range gun, B, a long-range missile, C, a versatile tank, or option D, a fighter plane. Right answer is yes, it's a long-range missile, option B. So, the Agni missile is a family of medium to intercontinental range of ballistic missiles developed by India. Named after one of the 5 elements of nature, Agni missiles are long-range nuclear weapons capable of surface-to-surface ballistic missiles. Okay, moving ahead to the 17th question. Which country launched the world's first satellite dedicated to monitoring greenhouse gases emission in 2009? The options are A, USA, B, Brazil, C, Japan, or option D, India. And the right answer is yes, option C, Japan. Well, the greenhouse gases observing satellite Ibuki GOSAT, launched by Japan, the world's first spacecraft to measure the concentration of carbon dioxide and methane, the 2 major greenhouse gases from space. Okay, let's move to our 18th question. Formic acid is produced by what? Options A, white ants, B, cockroaches, C, red ants, or D, mosquitoes. And the right answer is yes, option C, red ants. So, formic acid, HCOOH, is present in red ants, which causes itching and irritation. Formic acid, systematically named ethanoic acid, is the simplest carboxylic acid. Okay, moving ahead to the 19th question. How many chromosomes does a human have? How many chromosomes does a human have? Options A, 23, B, 46, C, 26, or D, 43. Right answer? Well, yes, it's option B, 46. So, a chromosome is a long DNA molecule with part or all of the genetic material of an organism. In humans, each cell normally contains 23 pairs of chromosomes for a total of 46. Okay, moving ahead, our 20th question. A real and enlarged image can be obtained by using a what? Option A, convex mirror, B, concave mirror, C, plane mirror. Option D, biconvex mirror. Right answer? Well, yes, it's B, concave mirror. So, a concave mirror is a type of mirror that is bent towards the inwards in the middle. In addition, on looking in this mirror, you will feel that you are looking in a cave. Okay. Next is our did you know section, where some things you'll get to know. Maybe you know it, but today you will get to know it. Okay. So, the first one here. The balloon rises in the air because the weight of the air displayed by the vast volume of the balloon is higher than the weight of the balloon. Okay. Next, we see lightning before we hear thunder because light travels much faster than sound. A sound wave normally travels by causing a rhythmic vibration in molecules of air. Light travels as electromagnetic disturbances. Okay. Have you ever observed this? We see lightning before we hear the thunder. Okay, next time do observe that. Next one here, acid cause burn because acid can absorb water and bring out high temperature. All living cells contain water, and when acid falls on the skin, it absorbs this water and produces heat. Okay, next section is a think box section, something for you all to think about and to find the answers. So first one. Why can swimmers stay afloat more easily in sea water? Okay. Second one here. Why do objects made of iron gain weight by rusting? And the next one. What causes us to hear echoes? Okay. Now next is a factual question. The first one. Choose a word that may be made up of all of the letters in the word measurement. Your options are A, ashore, B, master, C, summit, or D, mantle. Right answer is yes, it's option B, master. Okay, now let's move to our second question here. When light bends, is it A option? A, causes tricks in the air, B, causes tricks on your eyes, C, causes tricks on your brain, or D, damage our eyes. Right answer is yes, it's option B, causes tricks on your eyes. Moving ahead to the third question, what kind of change is melting of ice? A, chemical change, B, physical change, C, both physical and chemical change, or D, periodic change. Right answer is yes, it's B, physical change. Now, we move to our next category, that's the language and literature section. Let's look at the first question here. What is it? Did you use a dictionary dash the letter? Which is correct now? Okay, you have to fill up the blank there. So, options are A, to translate, B, for translating, C, for translate, or option of translation. Right answer is yes, it's option A, to translate. So, dictionary helps us to translate the letters and find meanings. Next, second question, which is the best alternative? Dash a party next Sunday. I hope you can come. Your options are A, we have, B, we are having, C, we'll have, or option D, we'd have. And the right answer is yes, it's option A, we have. Okay, because we have organized a party next Sunday. Hope you can join us. Here, we have is the best alternative for this sentence. Next, moving ahead to the third question. Which poet is considered a national hero of Greece? Your options are A, John Keats, B, George Gordon Byron, C, Solon, or option D, Sappho. And the right answer is yes, it's option B, George Gordon Byron. Well, George Gordon Byron, simply known as Lord Byron, was an English poet and peer. One of the leading figures of the Romantic movement. Byron is regarded as one of the greatest English poets. Byron is a great poet from Greece and considered a national hero. Okay, moving ahead to the fourth question. It was a great party last night. You dash come. Why didn't you? What is the option that you're going to write in there? Options A, must have, B, should have, C, out to have, okay, ought to have, and option D, had to. Right answer is yes, it's option B, should have. Rohit, you should have come to the party yesterday night in my house. I was expecting you. Here, should have is the correct alternative. Okay. Now, next sentence here, fifth one, and dash and left. So, what's the option here? A, said goodbye to me. B, said me goodbye. C, told me goodbye, or D, told goodbye to me. And the right answer here is yes, it's option A, said goodbye to me. So, here, he said goodbye to me before he left the school. The underlined option is the right alternative. Okay. And let's move to the next question, sixth one. Dash a hotel will look for somewhere to have dinner. Options are A, finding, B, after finding, C, having found, or D, we found. Right answer here is yes, option B, after finding. So, my parents searched for a place to have dinner after finding a hotel to keep our luggage. After finding is the appropriate answer. Okay. So, similar sentence has been constructed and the right answer is after finding. Now, let's look in at the next question. That's the seventh one. Who has written famous novel Devdas? Options are A, Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay, B, Rabindranath Tagore, C, Samudragupta, or D, Bankim Chandra Chattopadhyay. And the right answer is yes, it's option A, Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay. So, Sarat Chandra Chattopadhyay was a Bengali novelist and short story writer of the early 20th century. Most of his works deal with the lifestyle, tragedy and struggle of the village people and the contemporary social practices that prevailed in Bengal. Okay, moving ahead to our eighth question. I couldn't sleep dash in the hotel. So, options are A, although I was, B, despite I was, C, despite of being, or option D, in spite of being. Right answer is yes, it's option A, although I was. So, although I was in context from reliable sources is the right answers. Okay. Now, next, ninth one. What time did they dash the hotel? Options are A, arrive to, B, arrive at, C, arrive in, or D, get to. So, the right answer here is option B, arrive at. So, arrive at is a phrasal verb which means reach a result, decision or solution. Now, let's move ahead to the 10th question. They live on a busy road. dash a lot of noise from the traffic. Your options are A, it must be, B, there must be, C, they must have, or option D, it must have. Right answer is yes, it's option B, there must be. Okay, so when you see evidence of something or you have a strong reason to believe something, you can say there must be. Now let's look at the next question, 11th one. What is the meaning of the idiom man about town? Your options are A, wander about, B, idler, C, travel to different places for enjoyment, or D, extremely popular. Right answer is yes, option C, travel to different places for enjoyment. So he likes to travel throughout India to enjoy and cherish memories. Okay. Now next question is the 12th one. Which imaginary place is used in R.K. Narayan stories? Your options are A, Malguri, B, Nalgudi, C, Nalguri, or option D, Malgudi. Right answer is option D, Malgudi. Okay, MCC Malgudi Cricket Club, started by Swami and his friends, are used in the story written by R.K. Narayan. Next question, 13th one, meaning of to banish from one's country. Options are A, arbitrate, B, repatriate, C, indemnify, or D, exile. Right answer is option D, exile. And what does that mean? The state of being barred from one's native country, typically for political or punitive reasons. Okay, moving ahead to the 14th question. I was surprised that Kate wasn't at the meeting yesterday. She dashed about it. Options are A, might not know, B, may not know, C, might not have known, or D, might not had known. Right answer is yes, option C, might not have known. Okay, so used when you imagine what the situation would perhaps have been if something had not happened, although it did in fact happen. Okay, now moving ahead to the next question, that's the 15th one. Identify the figure of speech used in the following line. Can Honor's voice provoke the silent dust? Options are A, simile, B, metaphor, C, personification, and D, alliteration. Right answer here is option C, personification. What is personification? Personification occurs when a thing or abstraction is represented as a person in literature or art as a type of anthropomorphic metaphor, a figure intended to represent an abstract quality. Okay, moving ahead, a 16th one, which is an adjective form of the word joke. Options are A, jocose, B, to joke, C, joking, and option D, jokingly. Right answer is option C, joking. Joking is humorous or flippant. The adjective form of joke is joking. Let's move to the next, that's the 17th question. Which is not a poetry form? Option A, epic, B, tale, C, ballad, or option D, sonnet. And the right answer here is yes, it's option B, tale. Because a narrative story or tale is any account of a series of related events or experience, whether non-fictional or fictional. Next, the 18th question, a poem that tells a story with the plot, settings, and characters. Your options are A, lyric, B, free verse, C, narrative, or D, music. And the right answer is yes, it's option C, narrative. So a narrative story or tale is any account of a series of related events or experience, whether non-fictional or fictional. Next, we have the 19th one. William Shakespeare was born in the year. Which year? Option A, 1564, B, 1544, C, 1578, or option D, 1582. Right answer here is, well, yes, it's option A, 1564. Next, moving ahead with the explanation, William Shakespeare was born in the year 1564. Shakespeare is an English playwright, poet, and actor. He is widely regarded as the greatest writer in the English language and the world's greatest dramatist. 20th one, the Tunnel of Time autobiography was written by. Options are A, R. N. Narayan, B, R. K. Lakshman, C, Adolf Hitler, or D, Jack Wheels. And the right answer is yes, it's option B, R. K. Lakshman. Rasipuram Krishnaswamy Lakshman, that is R.K. Lakshman, was an Indian cartoonist, illustrator and humorist. He is best known for his creation, The Common Man, and for his daily cartoon strip, You Said It, in the Times of India, which started in 1951. And now we have the Did You Know section. Let's look at the first one here. Over 250,000 words are found in the English language. Next one here. The United States has no official language, but most people just assume it's English. Okay. The next one here. There are only 4 words in the English language which end in DOUS, D-O-U-S. That is tremendous, horrendous, stupendous and hazardous. Okay. And next we move ahead to our Think Box section. So what's the first one here for you to think? What is the room that no one can enter? Second one, twins Adarsh and Anupam were born in May but their birthday is in June. How is that possible? Okay. And the next one here is there are a dozen eggs in a carton. 12 people each take a single egg, but there is 1 egg left in the carton. How? Okay. Very tricky ones, right? Okay, let's move ahead to our factual question section here. First one. What does the idiom hit below the belt mean? Is it A, to quarrel all the time, B, to say something that is often too personal, usually irrelevant and always unfair, C, to play a subordinate role, or D, to lament over something that cannot be changed? Right answer is yes, option B, to say something that is often too personal, usually irrelevant and always unfair. Second one, many foreign language words and phrases are used in the English language. What does the phrase bona fide derived from Latin mean? Option A, good luck, B, genuine, C, every year, or D, against. Right answer is yes, option B, genuine. Okay. Third one, what is the plural of radius? Is it A, radius, B, radiuses, C, radii, or is it option D, both B and C? And the right answer is yes, it's option D, both B and C. Okay, so that's all for today. We have come towards the end of the session. I hope you all paid attention through all the questions, right students? So all the best. Thank you students.